I don't think my fiance wants to marry me. I met my fiance about 7 years ago at a beach cleanup thing a mutual friend of ours organized. We hit it off instantly and we went out for coffee a few days later, and now here we are. In the beginning, I made it very clear that I was dating to marry and had my timeline, and this was the first bump we had in our relationship. He wasn't necessarily afraid of commitment, but he wasn't big on the idea of getting married a few years down the road, like 4 or 5-ish years. However, we overcame this issue and we've been happy ever since. I'd say it all started 2 years ago when one of my close friends got married. At the reception, my friends and I got together outside and started talking when the bride, my close friend, mentioned how funny it was that I was the one who had been in a serious relationship the longest and yet the only one who wasn't married or engaged. I laughed and my other friends just added to it, and it was just something funny we were laughing about. I didn't think of it much until I got home, and it got me thinking. The next morning I brought it up to my fiancé and he simply brushed it off, and I didn't push the subject. Funny enough, I work as a wedding planner, so I plan my friends' weddings free of charge, and this just made me grow desperate. I didn't make it known that I was waiting for him to propose, but I waited in silence. He proposed last year and it was one of the best moments of my life. It was everything I'd ever dreamt of. So to the point. I've spent the last year planning the wedding, and it's coming along great, but I've been a little put off by the way he acts whenever I bring up wedding stuff. He just ignores the topic altogether, like literally changing the subject to something that has nothing to do with the wedding or marriage in general. Sometimes I just have to push the subject because I want his input on things. I want this to be our day, not just mine, and it bothers me how awkward he gets whenever I bring it up. Then, in recent months, mutual friends of ours have mentioned how surprised they were that he proposed to me. They said they thought he'd never get married because he just wasn't a family man or anything like that. They'd go as far as to say he only proposed because he pitied how much I wanted to get married. I asked him about it a few days ago because the idea was getting to me and I needed to voice my concerns, and he said he didn't give his input because he trusted my judgment, believe it or not. This didn't make me feel better in the slightest, and it bothered me even more, so I pushed it. He just said if it brings a smile to your face, then it's worth it, although cute. That is not the response I need from him right now.